right, with the 8:30 hour, Shake and Bake had the second half of a doubleheader up against the PBJ team we just talked about, and they did not give them a warm welcome in week 3. It was a 10-1 win for Shake and Bake. Yeah, I'm calling you bullies. Respond.
You know, I get no response. No, it was a fun game, actually. I mean, the score was lopsided, but, you know, PB&J, they're a fun team to play. They all have good attitudes. You know, we got out there, we jumped to a nice early lead, and we kind of cruised. But PB&J kept playing. They scored that run legit. You know, it's just a fun team, though, fun game. You know, smiles and good attitudes all around, so.
Smiles, hugs, and kumbaya.
Yeah, a lot of acoustic guitar most likely being played out there. And we talked about it last
best games, best parties, best friends.
Absolutely, that should be a tagline. We should make shirts about that. But
that's the WAKA slogan, actually.
Oh, well,
I heard it.
We were talking about a team, and we said earlier last week PB&J probably going to overlook Moose Knuckles in their bout against Shake and Bake. But it seemed to be kind of the opposite. PB&J giving that one last gung-ho against Moose Knuckles, really, you know, riding on fumes there, and then getting to a Shake and Bake team who I think might have been a little upset that they tied the 5 o'clockers in the game previously, and probably really wanted to let out some aggression on a innocent peanut butter and jelly.
You know, I think they were still afraid from the 5 o'clockers game. They were so shaken by that 5 o'clockers talk.
Yeah, man, you should have seen, man, poor Scott Duncan was in the corner, like, crying like a bitch.
I did see Scott, while we're visiting that, I did see Scott Duncan rip off a WAKA shirt, and I don't know if he was playing after he took off the shirt, but league rules do indicate that you must wear a WAKA shirt when playing. Was he that frustrated in that first game, and did he wear the shirt in game 2?
He did wear a WAKA shirt, yeah.
All right, well, we just want to make sure everybody's playing fair.
All right, then we had free balling recording their 3rd tie of the season.
3rd tie.
You got a good thing going, man.
You don't have a good thing going.
You only got, what, 8 or 9 more games to tie?
Yeah.
I mean, that's gotta go for it.
The streak is on right now. I mean, to have the 3rd tie, and I can speak from experience, 3 ties, you kind of get caught in no man's land. You don't know, are we good? I mean, is there some miscues? Can we win these games? Do we almost lose these games? It's just like, and then you look at the standings, your run differential is 0, your win percentage is 0. It's kind of disheartening. You've been playing for almost a month, and there really is nothing to show for it in the win and runs for column, you know, like the averages. So, you know.
Well, I'll tell you, this is actually unprecedented in that no team in WAKA VA Peninsula history has ever opened up, let alone actually had 3 ties in a row, period, let alone open up the season with 3 ties in a row. So
Rumspringa had 2 ties, right?
Rumspringa had 2 ties last year, last fall. So this is the first time that there's actually been 3 ties in a row at any point in the regular season. We had, actually, I got a chance, I was playing outfield against the Peanut Butter and Jelly on field 1, and this game took place on field 2, so it seemed like every time I was out there, I was hearing a lot of cheering and yelling from the Ballsacks, and I kind of got a chance to catch some of it and talk to some people at the bar afterwards. It was a good game. The Ballsacks had a 2-1 lead, and we're in the 5th inning, but Freeballing actually really worked hard to get this tie. They came in and rallied, and they scored a run to tie it up, and then right when it looked like they were going to score the walk-off, Nicole Plesha caught a ball and just blasted John Wilkinson in the face when he was sliding in the 3rd, and he put the 3rd out. So it was a really clutch play, you know, by one of the best females in the league, and that ended up being the difference maker. So both teams were pretty pumped up afterwards. It sounded like it was a fun game between two teams that know each other very well from when they used to play together.
Yeah, and throw a little love Battle Stars way. Like I said, we played them the week before. I think they're a team that, you know, they can win some games. Obviously, they can get in there with some good competition. I think they're coming together, and they should not to be overlooked.
No, not in the least bit.
And then finishing up last Wednesday night in week 3, we had the Rumspringa against Chicken Tetrazzini. 2 fun teams out there. Mr. Wellbrock was on the mound. I watched you play a little bit.
So a little heat.
Yeah, you know, you look good, man.
Thanks, man.
I think we're, you know.
I appreciate the compliments.
I come out and support you now.
Thank you.
This is happening. This is really happening.
We're Facebook friends now, yeah, and now you support me in my 8:30 games. You know, some people weren't supporting me in my 8:30 games. I'm not going to say who, but some people decided to go to the bar. No, not Brent. You still there? But anyway, you know, now this is a game that going into, you guys were making out those crazy stat lines, and I really think it kind of got into our heads. If anybody watched that podcast from the Rumspringa, you could kind of sense a little bit of overconfidence coming from the huddle from Rumspringa. Coming out, this was actually a very close game. It was 1-0 throughout till the bottom of the 4th inning. So, you know, this could have gone any way. You know, one pitch like we were talking about. They have some kickers on that team, so they could have really kind of caught us off guard in one of those innings and put up some runs. But just a great team to play. We left a lot of people on the bags. We had bases loaded one time and with 2 outs, and they did a good job of picking off that last out. You know, gotta tip their hats to Chicken Tetrazzini. They played a good competitive game. It was fun. Not a whole lot of, you know, shit talking and blasting. It was just pretty much kind of what kickball is all about. Playing a nice little 8:30 game with amongst friends. It was a good one.
And I saw them out there tailgating at 6 p.m. for that 8:30 game, so I'm doubly impressed by the score. You know, I love that they bring it in the parking lot every week, and I love it if they kept bringing it on the field like that.
Absolutely. And Patterson, not a whole lot of speed on his pitches, but he has kind of one of those quirky knuckleballs, man. He throws that thing, and it goes about as slow as a snail, but it's bouncing, and we just couldn't get on top of it. And it kind of threw us for a little loop, and you know, you go against all these pitchers that really throw the mustard, and Patterson to throw those little curves on there. Yeah, it kind of took us off guard and really made us work for some pitches.
Tim Wakefield out there, winningest pitcher in Sox history. Am I right?
I mean, he's got the most wins. Yeah,
Look at me. It's Fenway's 100th anniversary.
Oh yeah.
And I'm bringing the knowledge on the Sox.
I'm depressed about the Sox. I don't even know why I'm wearing this hat.